from Touch Mother Earth? Yeah, okay, I can't see. Okay, so welcome, welcome, welcome to our final meditation and blessing for the earth. And there we go. Okay, and thank you. And David's setting up, and he's going to come in a half hour and do the finale of the Touch Mother Earth 5-day festival. And so at this point in time, we want to start by blessing the earth and the people of the earth. And we want to close our eyes and settle into our heart. Bring your energy into your heart. And as you close your eyes and settle into your heart, think about all of the people on the planet. Some are hurting because they're in fear. Some are hurting because they have a disease or other illnesses. Some are hurting because they're isolated and alone. Some are hurting because the world that they knew 8 weeks ago no longer exists. It has changed. And change is one of the most difficult things a human being can do. As a spiritual counselor, I often counsel my clients to change something every day because they fight change so hard. And I know on the other side of change, for example, they have increased prosperity. I know on the other side of change, they have the attraction of love. I know on the other side of change, they have joy and happiness and a life full of different types of people, okay, that they can release and let go of toxic relationships, toxic jobs, okay, jobs that don't get them anything, poverty, lack, a relationship that's filled with hostility, as an example, or a hostile environment that they might be living in. And change changes all that. But the human psyche is so afraid of change that they're afraid to take the step because they think that the step to the future might be way worse than where they are now. And so time and time again, I see my clients just sit there and not be able to move, not be able to make that movement and take that change. So I give them an exercise. I say, every day, I want you to change something. I want you to move a chair from one side of the room to another. I want you to rearrange some furniture. I want you to change the way you hold your phone. I want you to call somebody different that you haven't called in years. I want you to stop reading whatever you're reading and read something else. Stop watching whatever you watch and watch something else. Make little tiny changes. Well, that was before the coronavirus. And now we come to the coronavirus and boom, everybody has to change. Everybody. Everybody. And we see the reactions. We see some people say, oh, this isn't real, it's fake. Okay, it's not real. I'm just going to go out and I'm just going to go back to work. And they're in total denial. And we see other people that say, I'm afraid to do anything. I'm afraid to do anything. We see people go into depression because they're sitting at home and do not know what to do. They're frozen. All of those are different types of denial. And then we see people who say, oh, great opportunity. Now I could think without being at work. What do I want to do with the rest of my life? Let me really look at this. Let me look deeply into where I want to go and what I want to do, and let me launch myself. And then we see a lot of people in the middle and saying, okay, I'll just wait, no problem. And then we see a lot of people that are angry at nothing. Again, it's a manner of denial. They'll get angry at the government, or they'll get angry at the CDC, or they get angry at everything that's handled. And what it is they're angry because our world has changed in 8 weeks. And they can't control it. They feel out of control. So there's a huge amount of psychological pathways, okay, navigation that is needed, where people basically will decide where they are. And there are stages, and there is grief. And Dave actually has a video he's going to get up later that is talking about. And this grief of the world that we had before and our new world. And people just fight it tooth and nail. Oh, it's not real. Oh, it's going to be gone. Oh, it'll disappear and stuff. We've seen it from very high level people all the way down. Okay? Denial, denial, denial. Anger, anger, anger. Fear, fear, fear. Hatred, hatred, hatred. Oh, these people did it. That people, it's their fault. Blame, blame, blame. Okay? It's nature. And it's reality. And it is the way it is now. And will it be the same way 8 weeks from now? Maybe not. Maybe we'll find the cure. Maybe we'll understand what we have to do. Maybe our new normal may be that we have to wear masks all the time. They did it in 1918. We can do it now. And we're much better off than 1918. They didn't have the medical science we did. They just had to wait out the pandemic until it dissipated. And then they had the Roaring 20s. So you know it worked. But it is the nature of nature. And so coming to acceptance is what this last 5 days have been about. When we come to acceptance of where we are, then we can grow. If we don't accept where we are, we cannot grow from there. And so everything you've seen, whether it has been music or...
Excuse me, guys, it's 11:11 and we never miss a kiss.
And some things never change, luckily. And that is our 11:11, which is the soulmate entrance. And so we do 11:11 every day and always take time to talk and kiss. We didn't talk, Dave, no, it's okay. We talked a huge amount last month putting this together. And so you keep the things you can that are important to you. And you change the things that you need to change. And you let go of that feeling of the things you can't change. And so we used to do an exercise when I was a team facilitator to help people change culture. I was one of the facilitators that helped the Bell system, when AT&T broke up, break into all of the different cultures. And we would do an exercise about gravity. And so if there are gravity issues. Right now, we have a gravity issue. It's a huge gravity issue. We cannot control a virus that is out there. We can deny it. We can fight it. We can ignore it. We can make believe that it's going to go away. We can blame 1,000 different conspiracies on it. But it's a gravity issue. And we don't get out of bed, just like gravity. We don't get out of bed and go, oh, gravity is killing me today. Oh, there's gravity. Let me not get out of bed. Okay, why? Because gravity is there. So what are some of the gravity issues as an example? Sometimes gravity issues are the way your country, is. Sometimes we can do some things about some certain things, and sometimes we cannot do things about certain things. And so when we fight a gravity issue, it's so major, like fighting our gravity, okay? It's climbing up a mountain. So we urge you to take care of yourselves. Take care of the issues that you can handle. You can handle because we have this fabulous technology which we owe to the millennial and the last generation and the millennials behind them that have given us technology that we didn't think was as valuable as we know now. The last 6 weeks have taught us how valuable these last 2 generations are for us. And this is not a gravity issue for them. They just smooth right into, oh, no problem. This is how I communicate all the time. And we laughed at them. We did. We laughed at them and said, oh, you don't know how to have relationships. You don't know how to do it because you guys are all online. You don't really know how to have human relationships. And guess what? They're our teachers right now. They knew how to do it because here we are with exactly what we were complaining about. Okay? So sometimes life plays little tricks on us like that. I always say this is, it's a global issue. It's a cosmic joke. It's a cosmic joke that's played on the earth again and again, generations after generations. So think about what's a gravity issue of what you cannot do anything about. And think about what are the issues you can do something about. Stop blaming others, accept where you are to start, and then grow. Because like a garden we grow, that's what the last 5 days have been about. It's about growth. Growth psychologically, spiritually, physically, growth of our spirit, growth of listening to music that is in our soul and in our hearts. Growth about our businesses because we have to change them. We have to change them. And so I ask you now that the festival is ending, to take a look inside yourself and say, what are the things you can change and what are the things you have to let go because they're world issues. I am not going to change the world out there, okay? The world is the world. And so with that, I'd ask you to close your eyes for a minute. See our beautiful planet. It is absolutely from space, it's a blue ball. From up close, it's green and blue. See its beauty. Understand nature takes care of itself. It culls, it moves, it ends, and it starts again. Many of you believe in reincarnation. It's kind of like that. Some things end, some things begin. Some things you have to change the way you interact with, and some things you need to grow. And so when we see our planet, send a blessing to our planet. The blessing is that we shorten this cycle. We shorten the amount of time that we have to do this because we want our roaring 20s, just like they had 100 years ago, after their pandemic was over. And so we, on a blessing and on a benediction where we bring in divine or earth or star or however you believe, whatever energy that is, that you connect with. We ask for those powers to shorten the cycle. We don't have to fight the cycle. We just need to maybe shorten it. But maybe the time is the time is the time. Again, it may be a gravity issue. Maybe this virus lasts 18 weeks. Maybe this virus lasts 90 days, 120 days. Whatever its natural proclivity is, that's what it will be. And science tries to shorten that. And so we bless our scientists, our doctors, our medical people who are leading us in the way. Please listen to the medical professionals. They know what they're doing. They always have. Listen with your heart instead of with fear. If you are caught up in the Jewish word for a chazara, okay, which is, all of the crisis, okay, if you're caught up in the chazara, there's no other better word, sorry, then maybe it's time to sit back and listen with your soul and listen with your heart and stop blaming and just allow the earth to be, allow it to be, and be the best you that you can offer the world. And so with our benediction for the powers would be, we ask that it be shortened as short as it can be. And whether that's you give the answer to the doctors and the researchers and the medical professionals, or that you give us a natural ability to fight this, or that we flatten the curve enough where we can get enough people who are at risk in the respirator so the rest of us can go out and get the disease. Whatever that may be, we ask the powers that be to bring it about. We ask that the world hear and see and be with the energy of love. We ask that the world hear, see, and be with the energy of forgiveness. We ask that the world stop blaming. We need our spiritual leaders right now to show the world that there is nobody to blame here. There is no entity, person, country, physical thing, lab, conspiracy theory, energy, radiation, whatever it is. You can find a million excuses if you're looking for it. It is the natural evolution of the planet. And in that natural evolution, we ask the divine powers, the earth powers, our ancestors, our leaders, okay, our scientists, to bring the energy of speeding up the cycle of what we need. Remember, there is a natural rhythm to the earth. There is a natural rhythm to life. You're born and you die, and inside you need to find your own rhythm. So we ask that the peoples of earth find their rhythm. Because if they're home for 8 weeks, or 12 weeks, or 25 weeks, it is what it is. It is what it is. And as we live now in the now, we ask every human being, and we ask for this blessing, that we allow to be in the now, in the time period, in the now. And we accept where we are now, and we grow from there. We come with our growth. We come with our hearts open. We come with compassion for all of those that are sick and have died. I get texts every day from people whose parents or loved ones are dying or sick. Can I shorten the disease for them? Can I make them feel better? part of the issue is that this is a very painful disease and people suffer. So we ask for ease. We have dis-ease, and now we ask for ease. We ask for the ease of our pain, for those that are in pain and those that are suffering. And whether they're suffering from this major pandemic or from cancer or something that has been in there before this disease, it doesn't matter. We do not want anyone to suffer. And so we ask for the higher powers to bring ease instead of dis-ease. But to do that, we must be at ease. For if you are not at ease, you get dis-ease. Repeat that after me. If you are not at ease, in balance, you get dis-ease. It's a very simple thing. And so anytime you get a dis-ease, there's something imbalanced in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, or in your time schedule energy, or in your inability to open your heart to love. All of these items impact us, and we allow the biological in. It happens to me if I run myself ragged and spend too much time and